Just mute your mic, shush. Good
Sorry.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't use my
It's the
manager's line, yeah?
boy, I'm live, man. Stop waffling. I'm introducing the show.
I know.
Guys,
Right.
it's the
I'm
Friday
here.
night takeaway with me, Mr. B. As you can see, I'm on solo screen, so you're not supposed to be talking. I've got 4 guests for us today, guys. We're talking Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa, and of course, you know, we're talking Manchester United. Guys, it's the Premier League roundup, Premier League mix-up, Premier League gossip show. It's the Man United agenda. Let's get the show on the road. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Mr. Herbert, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, Mr. B. Looking forward for this stream tonight. And, you know, we got a few different people on here who supports different teams. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
You know what? I'll do Brush, as everybody knows Brush. Brush, how you doing, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, missed you guys, man. I'm good.
That's what I like to hear. Billy, I've been stalking you. I've been looking to get you on here for a little while, but I'm glad you're here, man. How you doing, boss?
Yeah, all good. Just happy to be here.
That's what I like to hear. Fanatic, my younger sibling. That's why I talk to you. That's why people on stream I spoke to him. So it's not a disrespect. How you doing, man? Oh.
Sorry, is my thing buffering?
Yeah, it is.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, good. That's fine then. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Look, if you have any issues with please tell me that wasn't a fart. If you have any issues with your camera, just thingy the camera screen, yeah.
Sorry, Mr. B. It must have been the broccoli. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yo, Yak talking smack. Long time no see. Big up the boys. Loving how we've been moving for this summer. Yeah, we have. Bath time. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. Look, there's a few of us on, so let's not beat around the bush. To be fair, it's a United show, but you know what? We're not even going to talk about Hojlund until towards the end of it. What I do want to talk about is Caicedo and the situation with obviously the bid that's gone in. 2 bids have gone in now. Billy, we'll start with you as it's your boys. How's the transfer window been going? I know Anthony will talk to you about Havertz, which is a beauty. We are more than welcome to join in that conversation there, Brush. That's absolutely no problem. We can give them our point of view on that sided. So Anthony and Billy, Kai Havertz, first things first, as you haven't been on, but obviously the Caicedo bid is the one. Billy, do you think you get him? Do you think you need him? And how much higher do you think Brighton are going to go?
Firstly, I said this with Rice before he went to Arsenal. I said personally I've wanted Rice for a good couple of years when he was linked. And I thought Rice was the fit. Clearly he's gone to Arsenal, but I think Caicedo is the perfect fit for Chelsea. I genuinely think that there's no other player in the world that would fit Chelsea better than Caicedo. He's Prem proven already. He's got a lot of potential. Only being 22 years old, I think, maybe even younger. I think Enzo Fernandez is one of the best in the league with ball carrying, trying to get into the final third, and all those sorts of bits. And I think that we haven't utilised Enzo as much with Caicedo without having a Caicedo in there or another DM where we've been using Enzo. So I definitely think Caicedo is a top priority. And I think that Brighton are very smart. I think Brighton, credit where credit's due, I think they're probably one of the best run clubs in the country. I think Brighton are. They pick up players from nowhere. and then sell them for an absolute fortune. And we've seen it with Cucurella. We got conned out of him. We saw it with Graham Potter. Do you know what I mean? A manager, and we paid like 11 million, I think, for him, and that's a manager. We've seen it with Basuma. We've seen it with so many others. But yeah, I think I said as a top priority, and I think that with Bowley and the money, I think is a bit tough with FFP rules. We've definitely been pushing the boundaries on that as of late, especially 600 mil in a season. It's not the safest sort of to FFP, but I think Chelsea are willing to spend it, and I think Brighton are going to put up at least 100 million. I think if they look at Rice going for 100, what was it, 105 overall?
Yeah.
I think Brighton have no reason as to not want that for Caicedo.
Light him up, Rush. Light him up, Anthony.
Listen, I kind of agree with everything that you said. With regards to the Rice deal, I think that's now set precedent. So I'm guessing that Brighton are holding out for a similar fee for Caicedo. Transformative player, though, for his age as well, the potential. You can't really go wrong, can you?
Yeah, I got to say exactly the same, Mr. B. I think you've got to blame, to a certain extent, even though West Ham want the fee what we paid for Declan Rice. I think that's what Brighton's holding out for Caicedo. So it's going to be an option. I know it's 80 million has been rejected. I believe that Chelsea was going to be putting it up to, I think they're going to put up to 90. I heard 90 million. There's a possibility that could be rejected. So you're talking about maybe the price 100 million easily for him. Trouble is that you think of it, you've got some people that are like 50-50. You've got some people that prefers Declan Rice, and then you've got some people that prefers Caicedo. So it swings in roundabouts there in one way. When we paid the money for Declan Rice, he was a good player, but I don't think he was worth the 105 million. And it's the same with Caicedo as well. I don't think he's worth 100 million. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, and I do like him, I do rate him, but I feel 100 million for these two, I feel that is a bit, a bit too expensive.
It's the way of the market, though, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, bro. It's stupid prices at the minute. But...
Yeah, I'll tell you what shocked me, mate. It was the fact that Chelsea turned down 40-odd million for Conor Gallagher. That was surprising.
Well, this is the questions up here. Billy, what do you think about Gallagher and the fact that Chelsea want to let him go?
I think with Gallagher, you have players who have a natural talent, and you've got players who have a natural, not talent, but have or work hard. Sorry. So you've got people who work hard, and you've got the people with the natural talent. I think Gallagher's the working hard type. I don't think Gallagher's anything special or naturally talented in sort of any aspect, but I think that he is an absolute workhorse, and I think that a player like him in the midfield as a backup, as a starter, I think is a good player for us. But us offloading him, it all depends. Our midfield options are looking a bit thin since offloading, Mount, Havertz, Loftus-Cheek, Kante. Our midfield sort of options have gone down a lot. So I think Gallagher, I would not offload him. We need a couple midfielders now, let alone losing Gallagher straight away.
Okay. Can you hear me? Fanatic?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, we just
a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm kind of gathering what we're talking about. We're talking about Chelsea.
Yeah, good. Okay, as long as you're on that part of the conversation, that's it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
As long as you're on that. Yeah, I don't have a comment. We'll talk afterwards. That's not a problem. I've
got a lot to say. Like even Chelsea, man. Fucking hell. Can I interrupt?
Of course you can interrupt. That's what you're here for.
But everybody's like, oh, Chelsea. Pochettino is gonna do the best job. He's gonna get in top 4, 100% next season. He's got
who are
what? Pochettino.
Chelsea.
Yes, they're going to be in the top 4. Hopefully, it's after Villa. But I'm just saying, they've got a young team. It's basically get what I want. It feels like Football Manager. Yeah, you're getting the young crops, and they're gonna make it work. Pochettino is not a shit manager. Tottenham, look at Tottenham now after Pochettino. They're doomed. You know
But
what I mean?
you're talking about top 4. You've got United, you've got Arsenal, you've got Man City,
You know,
you've got Liverpool. I mean,
you know what?
you just missed Billy bemoaning the fact that he's got a lack of
Man,
central midfielders.
listen, the Premiership every year it gets better and better. I remember when I saw Zola, Vialli come in the Premiership. I was like, wow, this is great. Every year from then, it's got better and better. So what I'm saying is Pochettino, he's got a squad right there. Look how much money they spent and who they got. He's gonna do a good job.
I'm in disbelief. I'm in disbelief that you're calling.
Maybe we could talk about this. Maybe we could talk about this in the year.
Yeah, well, listen, we'll do it, but just after the season starts, after Chelsea pick up no points. But that has really surprised me with that.
Okay,
Gosh,
cool.
obviously, I haven't heard you in a little while. This is going to be an in and out conversation. Chelsea's obviously the Kai Havertz deal. Obviously Billy and Anthony were having a little conversation. We'll bring that up in a bit. The Kai Havertz deal. What do you think of that as an outsider? Was it somebody that you think United could have bought? And what do you think his best position is?
Brilliant piece of business for Chelsea for getting the money that they did for him. I think personally that he's one of those players that probably would have done better back in Germany. I expected him to go back to the Bundesliga, actually. I was quite shocked that Arsenal moved for him, but clearly Arteta's got a plan. What that plan is, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see how that works.
Billy, I know you were quite. Look at that little smile on your face. Come on, talk to us about Kai Havertz. As a Chelsea fan, talk to us about Kai Havertz. And are you happy that he's gone? For the money he's gone, are you happy he's gone at all?
100%. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not happy he's gone. It's been. I think he's outstayed his welcome at Chelsea, and it may be harsh. A lot of people going, oh well, you weren't playing in the right position anyway. He was going through different managers, and he was having to go through all of this sort of stuff with Chelsea, and the whole club has been an absolute poison. Especially last season, we saw that it's been a toxic club, but we needed a lot of these people out of the club, and I think Havertz. I think he would have been gone sooner if he didn't score the goal in the Champions League. I think we would have offloaded him ages ago if he didn't score that. And yeah, so
Anthony, see, I've saved the best part of this. I've saved the best answer until last. Come on. You come and try and defend. You come and try and defend Kai Havertz.
Listen, I mean, the 65 million was a bit dear, in my opinion. But I mean, Arteta wanted him. He got him. Where he's going to play him, I think he'll rotate him around that midfield. He'd have to change formation to do that. So he's going to get his try and find out what his best position is, his best style of play, and most probably his link up between Odegaard and Jesus up front. So there's going to obviously be a three-way link up there. I just want to say that I'm going to say thank you for Havertz because you're saying thank you for the 65 million. I think there's a hidden player in there. He hasn't played to his full strengths. I mean, he's had so many different managers come in, try to manage him. They haven't done nothing with him. I mean, I'm sorry, Billy, but it's safe to say that Chelsea are crap. But in all fairness, but you might improve next season. But you was touched on something that your midfield is very thin, and it is, and you need to have some depth in your squad, definitely. But I mean, Poch is there. I think you're selling all these players now build up to get a couple of big signings for your team. But going back to Havertz, I think he's done well in the friendlies so far this season. He's played 3 games, scored 2 goals. I'm capable. I reckon you score anywhere between. I reckon what, like 12, maybe 15 goals. I mean, I got
15,
a bet on it. I was actually saying, before the stream, so I got a £50 bet on it. So hopefully, you might score it, and I'll get a 50 quid, like, you know. So
Yeah.
that's it,
Did you
really.
say
That's what I got to say
15?
about Havertz. What?
15, yeah, 15 goals.
Yeah,
I said about 15. Yeah, I said 15. I said 15. Well, I didn't say 15 goals. The guy said 15 goals, so I thought, yeah, right. I'll take the bet. So I'm confident that he'll do something. He'll score a few goals. I think Arteta will get the best out of him than what any of the previous Chelsea managers have done. Because Arteta's like that. He tries to get the best out of players, and you know he's not bad for doing that.
Cool.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm hearing a top 4 finish. I'm hearing 15 goals. 65 million was a good price. I feel like something's going on.
What did I miss? What did I miss? 65 for who?
That's how much they paid for Havertz, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's gonna come good though. Anyway, when it's my turn, I'll talk.
Okay. I mean, at the moment,
I've got a lot to say.
I think people probably
support my
think
team, but I know what. Like, I look at certain teams and.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Brush.
Yo.
You know we're in need of a striker, bruv. So
yes.
if you know, Man United are in need of a striker at the moment. One, will that complete our team? This is a question for all of you, but obviously it's directed at Brush. Does that striker complete our signings, and 2, does it complete our first 11?
No. Our squad still needs more work, and the striker that we're linked with is 20 years old, and he's got bags of potential, but that's all it is at this stage. So, and he's going to come with a hefty price tag, so immediately the pressure is going to be on. So yeah, it's one of those ones. You have to give the kid time. I'm not sure that is what we need right now. In the long run, you have to trust Ten Hag in what he's trying to build. But yeah, I think the feeling would have been a different. If it was someone like a Harry Kane who's ready-made coming in, it would have taken us up a level.
Yeah, see, Box agrees with you. Box agrees with you.
Listen, he's polished. Do you know, he's a polished striker. Man United, sorry guys, I'd like to talk when I want to talk.
Don't talk, man.
But listen, all you needed for years was a number 9. You had Andy Cole, Dwight York, finishers. Even fucking Teddy Sheringham. I never used to like those guys as a footballer, but you had the 2 S's. They were finishers. You got Van Persie, finisher, polished. So you can do all that you want to do, but you got somebody that will polish it off. Do you get what I'm saying? Or am I by myself?
we can't afford one of those strikers.
Pay the money for Harry Kane. This is the
sorry. What do you mean pay the money for Harry Kane? So we've got Levy, who you already know ain't going to sell to Manchester United. Would rather sell to Bayern. So how do you go and buy Harry Kane? What, you overpay for him?
He doesn't want to sell to the Premiership. But listen, money talks, innit? So if you put the money in,
we don't have any money.
Listen, you need to fucking spend that money. I don't know what you're doing. I can't talk for your club because I'm not your fan. But you need to spend the money. Harry Kane is going to get you 25 to 30 goals. Yeah? He's going to get you 25 to 30. That's all Man United need, you know? I know they put Rashford in there and let Rashford do his thing. And Rashford was nice. I respect Rashford a lot. You need a number 9. That's how I feel.
Number 9.
I'm not mad at you because
no, listen, Box. I think he would. I think he would buy Kane tonight. To be
He's
fair,
solid.
he would stuff that paper bag down Levy's throat with all of that money in.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
we can't
You
afford it.
guys, for years, you need a number 9. Manchester United need a number 9. Arsenal need a number 9. They got Nketiah, but they need a number 9, a polished striker.
Bayern have just sold Mane to the Saudis as well, so we'll have to wait and see if they improve their bid for Kane.
I can't believe the way they did with Mane. But he had a little bust up with what's my man's name? Sane. And that fucked up everything for him. Sane's German, innit? So you're with us. But how they deal with Mane like this? He's a Champions League man, a league winner. Do you know what I mean? How they dealing with him? But he was always the outsider. He got signed, but he was the outsider.
I would have had Mane before, but I'm not touching him now. What is this Saudi? So he's been linked with Saudi again.
Yeah, I don't blame him going Saudi. Certain of these guys that's going Saudi, I'm not too sure. But listen, he's done it all. What is it? Any footballer that gets in their 30s, fuck off, man. Go and earn your money.
The deal is pretty much done, Mr. B. He's going to line up with CR7.
Yeah.
It's his club. See, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm ignorant to the names of the teams. Everybody's called Al.
So
I don't know who's going to where, who's going. And to be fair, I have no interest in this. I don't care who they buy.
I believe
they had the chance to sign Mbappe was going to go over there, wasn't he? But they offered him ridiculous amounts of money. But as from I think it was late last night, he actually he turned the move down. He didn't want to go there. He didn't want to go there because he's one of he's up there. He's most probably one of the best strikers, you know, obviously in the world at the minute. And then, you know, I know he most probably would have gone there for the money, but he he didn't choose the money. He
he's already earning funny money though, so it doesn't really appeal.
It would have been a step down for him playing over in Saudi, so he didn't want to go. That was what he said.
He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's one of the few that said, "I want to be a footballer and continue to play football." Whether he goes Real Madrid or he comes to the Prem, I don't know. But if you're old, if you're over 30, as I was saying, Henderson, go and get your money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain players.
Look, without getting too deep into that whole Henderson situation and what he stood for or didn't stand for.
Yeah, that's the next goal.
Just do people have the right to be telling people where they can and can't earn money?
No.
Sorry, I'm gonna listen to everybody else. I like to talk. Sorry, I'm gonna talk in mood as well. So I'm a hand back, and when everyone's finished, I'm gonna say my bit because.
No, I reckon it's down to the individual, and also it's down to their I think their agents as well. You know, obviously these footballers got agents today, so obviously it's the footballer chatting to the agent, and obviously the agent is clarifying it with the player, saying, "Well, look, if you want to go there. You're going to be on X amount of £1 million." I mean, to be honest with you, it was only a matter of time that Henderson was going to leave Liverpool anyway, because of his age.
Exactly.
And that was what it's going to be. So, you know, that's why he's gone. I think it's Steven Gerrard's team he's actually signed for over there.
Gerrard's the manager.
So, but yeah, and I mean, another player that's gone over there, ex Chelsea and Arsenal striker, Aubameyang, he's now gone over there. So,
has he gone Saudi?
Yes, he's gone Saudi, yeah.
Oh, that's the best thing for him because he killed his whole career in the last 3 years. 2 years? 2 years?
Yeah.
Who killed his career? He did.
Remember, he was Dortmund, everything was great. He came Arsenal, washed. He went Chelsea, died. Do you know what I mean? Go fuck him.
Yeah,
Chelsea's a forwards graveyard, to be fair.
I'm going to earn your money. Nobody cares about you no more.
Yeah.
Just earn your money for you. Sorry. I've got a lot to say. Every time you guys are talking, I've got something to say. I'm sorry.
Caicedo. we're struggling. I'm thinking, obviously, Box. I was saying. I mean, there's a lot of people in the chat. Sorry, you know what? Before we go in, let me say a couple of highs. FC United forever. We see you, man. Almighty Blues. Bloody hell. What's happening, bruv? Because we got a Chelsea fan on, you're covered in here to see if he, to see if he's talking sense. Yeah, Box, we see you. As I said, bath time. Welcome back, man. Who else is in here? Stephanie, I did see you and I didn't pass you. And if I've missed anybody else, then I've tried to remember them. You know what my memory's like on a Friday night.
After 9 o'clock.
What were we just drifting on? I had a question for. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It'll come back to me. Kudus. He seems to have been linked with everybody. Is this the next player off the Ajax? Academy.
Are you asking Mr. Green?
This is a question. This is going to be a question to Brush first of all.
Okay.
Obviously, we've lost Mainu. Not lost. He's got injured. We're looking at Amrabat that we're hoping is going to get over the line. Touch wood pretty soon, but we know how United deal with transfers. Brush. Is Kudus somebody who's going to slot into our team? It seems like he has been linked with Chelsea, and he has been linked with Arsenal as well. Arsenal as well.
He's a very useful and versatile player, but I feel like, you know, as soon as it's an Ajax player, I think, you know, we're thrown in the mix because of Ten Hag. I don't know if we're the strongest link to him though. The Amrabat one's got more weight to it, and I hope that one does get over the line. Would provide great cover for Casemiro, and his passing stats are great as well. Had a tidy World Cup, and yeah, what he's been doing at Fiorentina has been going under the radar.
Oh shit! Apologies. Sorry, it just came out. Apologies, madame. Please forgive me. Sorry, go on. Sorry, bruh, for cutting you, bruv.
No, it's all good. I was just finishing up, man. Yeah, the Amrabat deal is the one that I'm more looking at more than Kudus at this stage. I'm not sure if we've got the facilities to move for him and Hojlund.
And whoever else we want to try and move for the way that we're carried on like we're.
Oh, the other thing today, West Ham's bid for Harry Maguire got rejected. 20 million was the initial bid.
He needs to fuck
20
up.
million. 20 million plus.
Well, no, there was no plus, so I'm guessing that's why it got rejected. So we'll have to wait and see if they come back with another offer.
I'm sorry. Look, we ridiculed Harry Maguire.
Harry Kane. Sorry.
I said Q. We ridiculed.
There's only one Harry.
Yeah, and it's not Harry. It's not Harry Kewell. It's Harry Maguire. We ridicule Maguire. But 20 million. That is a piss take. Am I the only one to think that, or is that?
No, bro. I'm being honest.
Be paid?
Sorry. Anybody want to talk? Because
I just feel like with the old Harry Maguire situation, I mean, you've got Man United fans that don't even like him, that want him gone. But I think that's a perfect price, around about 20-25 million. If you want him to go, get him off the wage bill. You know, I think that's fair enough. I mean, to be honest with you, he's not the actually great centre back now, is he? So
it's 30 million tops. Yeah. In this day and age, it's 30 million tops.
Get rid of him. Yeah, I mean, I know you want rid of him, Mr. B. That's definitely you want rid of him. But you know, if Omondi was on here, Emu's probably won about 60-70 for him. But you know,
Omondi's accepted. No, Omondi's now accepted that
yeah, come on, you're not gonna get that same money.
I know, yeah. I like to wind Omondi up because he has given him a lot of praise, and I've seen the difference between Mr. B and Omondi. Obviously, when it comes down talking to Maguire, you know, Mr. B gets a bit frustrated with him, but you know, I think, I'll cash in on him. Seriously, go get him off your books, get him off the wages, and then that's it. He's gone.
And that's the thing, isn't it? He's on really high wages as well. And he's fourth, fifth choice centre back. So yeah.
That's right.
It's about time we moved on.
Very high wages, but if you're gonna say that, What about Jones?
Third.
What
Jones is
about
gone.
Jones?
He's no longer our problem.
Jones ain't there.
Oh, he's gone.
Of course, he's bloody gone.
Sorry, I missed something. All
No,
right.
you've missed a lot. What you need to do is do your research before you come on here. Thank you very much. This isn't a dibby Friday night show. You've been quiet there, Billy.
I'm letting everyone talk the talk.
Would you take Harry Maguire at Chelsea?
Yes, if we weren't playing with under Poch. Firstly, I want to ask everyone a quick question. What does everyone think evaluation is? Is it of the player's ability? Is it the player's worth to the club? Is it the player's worth?
That's a good question.
Because when we're talking about that sort of aspect of it, we need to understand: is Harry Maguire valued to West Ham for 40 million? No, they've got that Moroccan centre back.
I know you're talking about it.
Then they got Zuma. Then they've got Ogbonna still, I believe. But they've got the backs there who, in my opinion, can play ahead of Maguire. If you look at someone like, I can't think of a team that comes to the top of my head for Harry Maguire, but I think it all depends on those sort of aspects. If you just want him off your books, you have to bite the bullet and say, look, let's get him gone. Do you know what I mean? Look what Chelsea did. Aubameyang. I don't think we signed him for a ridiculous fee, but he was on the wage bill and we had to get him gone. Same with other players. And I think sometimes you just have to bite the bullet on that. Box, that's a great shout with Tottenham. I think he would do well at Tottenham if they play a back five still. I think Harry Maguire in a back
could probably do a back four. He could probably do a back four.
No, he can't do a back four.
I don't think Maguire's confident enough to do it in a back four. I think Maguire in a back five, we can see a lot of defensive cover, and that's why he's been good for England. I think with Southgate, you've had Rice, who's been a solid DM. Then on top of that, you've got Stones, and you've got other centre-backs around him to cover. And I think he cannot survive in a back four with just
Okay,
another
maybe I'll put my hand up for that. I don't actually think he's a shit centre-back.
I don't think you watch football.
I don't think. Why do you bring me on the show then?
Because we needed somebody to fill a gap.
I'm only joking. But I don't think he's a shit centre-back. I don't. He's not the classy one. He's very old school, rugged, English centre-back. He ain't got no class about him, but he's not shit. He fucks up a couple times. Say that again?
I think it's a standard now with Manchester United. Obviously, Man United haven't won a. Well, I know they've won a trophy, but you got to consider when was the last time they won a Premier League? Is exactly the same with us with Arsenal.
Man United too big for
I think Man United has gone beyond that Harry Maguire stage now. So obviously, if they want to get a fee, accept a fee for him. But I think someone like a team, maybe like an Everton or a Wolves. I think he might do well there. It's those sort of teams I reckon he should go to, because he would definitely improve a team like that. I mean, try and keep him out of towards relegation. But I mean, the standard what Manchester United has got there at the minute, Harry Maguire hasn't got a chance. I mean, Varane. What's your other centre back, Martinez? Bloody hell! What a centre back he is, Martinez. I reckon he's top quality. So he's not going to get a sniff in the team, Harry Maguire. So sell him, get him off your wage books, and then you've got something to go on. For your next player.
Who was the Wolves centre back? Cody, that was in England 2 seasons ago. What's the name? Cody.
Connor Cody.
The Wolves centre back.
Connor Cody.
Where is he now?
Everton.
He was on loan. I think he was on loan at Everton.
Yeah, he was on loan.
Has he gone back?
Yeah, I think it might have been I'm sure I saw something the other day. And he's not.
It might have been a loan to buy, but I know that he was definitely at Everton on a loan.
Okay, so I'm not taking it from what it was, but Connor Cody, he was never my best, but he done the job. Do you know what I mean? As a Villa fan, I was happy with Tyrone Mings. So it's that level. And time's gone on. Where is he now? In
Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, at that time, now we got bigger and better.
And that brings us on nicely to Villa, actually. So what do you think about Pau Torres?
Bro, talk to Mr. Green, and I told him how long ago, Pau Torres, this is the one I want. I play a lot of Football Manager, but I know who's a baller and who's not. Paul Torres, I've seen this guy for ages. I said, if Villa could get him, it would be great. And I never thought that we could even get a player like that until Good Evening came. Do you know what I mean? He's changed the whole dynamics. We got Paul Torres, Tiemins, mad. I'm just saying, but he's always been a baller, and I never thought Aston Villa would ever get this guy.
And Cody's gone to Leicester.
Sorry?
He's in the Championship. Cody's gone to Leicester City. He's now playing in the Championship.
Cody and Winks. There you go.
Yeah, they both went to Leicester.
Sorry, who went to Leicester? Sorry?
Cody.
Oh, yeah. Cody. See what I'm saying? Like 2 seasons ago, he was at England international. He's never going to get a sniff now. Do you know what I mean?
So Maguire, we're talking about Villa. We're talking about Villa.
All right, let's talk about Villa. What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm getting a bit excited about Villa now.
Yeah, because no, you are. Because listen, I obviously Brush brought it up, but our Villa, you're looking at Villa being dark horses. You lot finished 7th last season.
We are dark horses, but I'm not going to push the bar out too much. I'll be happy with top 6.
So one position improvement on last season.
Yeah, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. And I'm not going to say, obviously, everybody knows Good Evening. He loves a good cup. So I don't know how far we're going to go. In the league, we're definitely going to be top 6. And it might be more, but I'm not going to push the bar up because this guy, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's getting players in the right position. Last season, it was even for me, it was like, wow, okay. And it got on from week to week, game to game, and I was like, shit. It threw me out. Do you know what I mean? But he knows what he's doing. He's got a plan. He knows what he needs to do to improve the squad. And I believe in him now. I'm not going to lie.
It's going to be interesting to see how he manages the league and the Europa. Because obviously in the Premier League, we know the level of competition. So I reckon it'll be quite difficult for you guys to even match what you did last season, taking into consideration the fact that Poch is now at Chelsea and they're not going to be as bad as they were last season. Obviously, different management at Tottenham as well. No one's mentioned Newcastle. Liverpool are re-upping their midfield. So it's difficult to even match what you did last season. But I do think with the signings that he's making, Emery's got one eye on the Europa League.
Can I say one thing, though? Nobody thought about Villa. We was only come good the second half of the season, Do you know what I'm saying? We were just
You were 7. Do you know what? When Unai Emery took over at Aston Villa was 17th in the league. That was the fact. And look what he's done and achieved them. He's improved Mings in your defence.
Watkins is improved.
Ollie Watkins up front, He scored what, I think, was it 15
goals last season? 15, yeah. I want my strikers to score 20 goals, but 15 good. His return
15's average, but I mean, it's good. But I mean, what he's done to that team, and he's improved them. He's roughly got the best out of your players as well. Emery. Be honest with you, as you can guess, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I think I didn't want Unai Emery to leave Arsenal. I thought he
really.
I still prefer him to Arteta. His CV doesn't lie. He's the king of winning the bloody Europa League cups. But I thought you've got nothing to worry about next season. I thought that you're going to be great. You're going to be a good team. I know what you're saying. Top 6, top 7. That's probably where I put Villa too. But yeah, he's. But you're going to have a few good players coming in. I think Villa. I've heard some fans say on some streams that Villa's going to spend quite a bit of money this season as well. So
yeah. Well, we have done. But they're doing it in the right way. For us, 200 million is a big bit of money. Do you know what I mean? But Emery is getting players that he's not overpricing it. He knows what he wants.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And all Aston Villa players, they always talk about the detail of him. He's very detailed. He knows what he wants, and he gets the best out of the players. And remember, I said, as you said, 17th to where we even made it to the conference. How can
Yeah.
you do that?
I-
He
I-
came in. He came in. We was playing against Man United, Arsenal. We weren't losing points like that.
No.
You know, every day I was like, "Oh, wow, this is good. This is good." And he knows what he needs to do to get the right players in the right positions.
Yeah.
We're on stuff this season.
Fanatic, I just want to quickly ask you, what's your
Yeah.
how do you feel about Diaby coming to Villa?
Really, bro? Did you see what he done in his debut?
Nah, I'm not going to.
You never saw that.
No, come on, talk. We don't watch. We're not going to watch Villa, so that's why
I
you're here.
know, but
Talk to us,
it feels
educate
like
us.
you should have watched it. But if you never, I'm going to tell you right now. He scored on his friendly debut. Yeah, the guy's a fucking baller. Excuse my French. And you know when you get a new player, you go on YouTube and you're like, blah blah blah. I've watched guys on YouTube and I thought, yeah, this guy's best. Until this guy is nothing. You see, Diaby. This guy is an assister and a goal scorer. He's both footed. Yeah, this guy is immense. So he linked up with our guys in America. His goal the other day, we played against Fulham in America, innit? And I'm telling you, it looked so easy for him. He got the ball, it came on him, and he shouldn't really have scored it, but he scored. I'm telling you, and we've got a couple of people like the youth team coming through this season. Badace, I'm gonna tell you, Badace.
You know what? Yeah, I feel bad for Leon Bailey. That guy got booted
bro,
out Leverkusen because of Diaby coming in. Yeah, he then moves to Aston Villa. Diaby then goes to Aston Villa, and then he's probably going to get the boot again.
No,
Bailey
but
is-
Bailey had his chance. He got injured, and me personally, as I'm saying, I'm Aston Villa fan, you know. So a couple of seasons ago, I couldn't even think that we could even sign guys like this. I'm playing football manager. I would love for it to get him, and he actually came. But he's been injured a couple of times. But he tries too hard, and he thinks that he's got to do everything himself, which is kind of messed him up a little bit. I think he might get another chance, but he's not first in picking orders. He's probably third now.
Yeah.
Diaby's come in, and we got the young boy, Badace. Oh my gosh, he's third in line now. Unless he comes on and bangs 2 goals a game or a goal a game, it's going to be hard for him, man. And that upsets me because remember I said I didn't think we could ever get a player like that. So to get him and him not doing what he's meant to do, it's upsetting, bro. Remember I'm Villa, you know, we're small, you know. We're small, man. Upsetting. I can't hear Mr. Grid. Is it just me?
Sorry, I muted the mic. Sorry.
Oh.
Billy. Oh, so this is for both of you. You lot could answer this as well. Do you think you're going to finish higher than Villa? Because obviously, Fanatic saying. Sorry, yeah. Fanatic saying they're going to finish 6th. Where do you see you finishing? Obviously, you're saying you need a top 6. You're saying that you need players. If you don't, say you will sign the players. Where do you think you're going to finish? You've got one game a week. You're not in Europe.
Top 4 for me. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you reckon, Billy?
Top 4.
For me personally, I don't see a world in which Chelsea can finish lower than 4th. Like you said, we got one game a week, maybe an FA Cup or a Community Shield or a not a Community Shield, sorry, the Carabao Cup. Any of those sort of things we can try and push for. But overall, I think we need to focus on the league, getting back into Europe again, and being the club that we were 3 seasons ago. So we fell completely off hill, and I think with Poch as well. I think we've been heavily linked with Kudus, who we've spoken about. Elise, we've been linked to. Mark Guehi, we've been linked to. And I think Poch, I think Poch's biggest problem at Tottenham was he wasn't getting the financial backing that he was asking for. And I think that's the difference between Chelsea and Spurs, and obviously the trophy cap.
Totally agree. Totally agree, bro.
But with Poch, I think if you give him the right tools, and we've seen it already. We saw the comparisons between Poch's Tottenham side and Poch's Chelsea side, and we can see the sort of 4-2-3-1 that he's trying to play with. I think Madueke is a great young player, but I don't think he is what Poch is looking for necessarily. I think he will be used if we do convert to the 4-3-3 or anything like that. But I think that we're going to look at someone like Elise, who can be that Ericsson role where he was on the right, but he was cutting in more as a number 10, allowing the fullback to push on like Reece James in this instant. And yeah, so I don't know. I can't see us not getting top 4. Sorry, it's a side rant.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Rush. Sorry, top 4. Chelsea?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a case of too much too soon. I do expect Pochettino to come in and settle them and improve that team. But a lot of the players that have been signed are quite young. I don't know. I don't know how quickly he can settle them. But like it's been already mentioned, they've just got the Premier League to concentrate on. So that will play into their hands. It will be up to the senior players like Sterling to come through and show what he's really about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Anthony, Chelsea top 4. You see it?
No, I don't know. I think they're just finished just outside of the top 4. I think it'd be Europa League stages definitely. I think my position for Chelsea would be 5th or 6th this season.
Okay. Well, look. While we're all here, we may as well talk about finishing positions. Man City have lost. They're losing quite a couple of players. Mahrez, 30 million. He's gone. Important player to their league last season. They've lost Gundogan. He's gone. They've lost. Who have they lost at the back? Laporte is rumored to be moving. And the Guardival or whatever his name is, I don't know how to say it.
From
That's
Leipzig.
the one. Yeah, the deal didn't go through. Are they weaker this season? Is obviously the window hasn't finished, and we know how Man City do their deals like Liverpool. You hear them linked with a player in the morning and they're signed. Once you hear them being linked, that player's signed. Do you think that their team's going to be weaker and that the league can close that gap? And this is to you, obviously, Anthony, as well, because you were the closest to them. Do you think you're going to get closer to City?
Yeah, I think we are. I think we've got the standard there. I think we're missing just. I think we need a striker. Arsenal definitely need a striker. If we can get a good decent striker in, I feel that we got the potential there to obviously win the league. I really do. I think this is make or break time now because at the end of next season that'd be almost 5 years that Arteta has been at Arsenal Football Club with one trophy. That's the FA Cup. So,
and whose squad was that with? Whose squad did he win that with? Because it wasn't his, was it?
Yeah, we beat them. We beat Chelsea in the final.
With Emery's boys.
With Emery's boys, yeah, it was.
Emery's boys.
Yeah, with Emery's boys, yeah. So, but yeah, So I feel I feel we can most probably win the Premier League. I want 2 this season. I told you that, Mr. B. I want the Premier League and I want the FA Cup. Have a good, decent run in the Champions League. I don't think we're going to win it. I think we're going to be around a 16 quarterfinals, maybe there roundabouts. So, yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Brush, he's talking very confidently for an Arsenal fan. I you see that deep chuckle. That's the one that I've got. That's the one that I can hear in my head. Let's put some sense into this conversation, please.
Listen, last season we saw how they failed to juggle all the competitions. Went out to Sporting in the Europa, and then fell short in the league as well. In typical Arsenal fashion as well, where they stumbled and lost points before the big game against Man City. So psychologically, that'll be a burden on them. for Man City on paper, they look weaker. But I said this last summer as well. When they lost the likes of Jesus and Sterling, who are good rotational players. Whilst Pep Guardiola remains there, I don't think they have a weakness. Like this man in the middle of the season, got rid of João Cancelo, tore up everything, and started playing without fullbacks and that. It's all mad. It's all mad. So yeah, I still expect them to be the favourites for the league. How you can go from having a transitional season to finishing with a treble, I don't know.
I know, that's crazy.
I think with Pep, I think when he sells a player, he's already thought about 10 different situations before he's even sold it. Like Mahrez, okay, he's got rid of him. He's already thought about 10 players from the youth academy who are going to come through and perform just as well as Mahrez did. Listen, their scouting network, they would have identified targets. Even the fact that they got 30 million for a 32-year-old Mahrez is good business.
That's good business.
Good business.
How much did they? I don't know how much they spent on him.
They spent 60 on him, used him for 5 years, so overall that's a net spend of 30 million.
Listen, Guardiola's he's not a fool, man. Like, he knows he's setting up his own plan. He's like, okay, I might lose him. I don't really want to, like Kyle Walker. Do you know what I mean? It went back from Silva. He doesn't want to. Who's the other one? The Portuguese. Silva as well, isn't it?
Silva's not.
The Portuguese. Bernardo Silva. He doesn't really want to lose him. He doesn't want to lose Kyle Walker, but he's already thinking, all right, they've done their bit, so if I've got to get somebody else, he's already got something patterned. He's got a plan.
You've got Rico Lewis coming through. I expect Rico Lewis to have a much better season.
And he doesn't even play in one position. He's like midfield, right back.
Who's the young midfielder that they're playing as well? There's a young midfielder that they're playing. No, it's not Lewis. There's another one. Palmer. That's the one.
Oh, Palmer.
That's the one. Yeah. Palmer.
And who's the guy that's basically the Foden? He's a bit taller than Foden. He's played a couple of times. He's like Foden. He's
the Foden.
No, for Ben Gordon, you know. He plays for Man City on the left. I can't think of his name now. But he plays that same role. It's not Palmer. It's another guy. Quite so long. He's a baller as well. But it's he breeds. So like Foden was like Silva, so to speak. He's not the same player, but trying to mold him. And he's already molding Foden. He's got some good ballers.
Alvarez as well. I expect to see more of this season.
Alvarez, that guy.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be a problem.
I like that guy, and
he can't play with Hojlund, but he's a problem. If he was in any other Premiership team, gone clear, man.
Plays every week.
He's a wicked footballer, man.
One thing before we do shut up shop. This was for Billy. I meant to ask you earlier on. Levi Colville. It was meant to be. Brighton are looking. I was supposed to be talking just about the Caicedo.
No, they had him on loan.
We've gone in one big circle now. Obviously, they had him on loan, and they're trying to they're trying to get his name involved in any deal for Caicedo. Is this something that you feel Chelsea could do? And this is for all of you guys in the chat before we wrap up. Do you think this is something that Chelsea should be interested in doing?
Wow.
I think personally, yes. I think we've got Ian Matson back. He's proved that he's been fantastic in pre-season. At left back, we've got Chilwell, Cucurella, covered that sort of side of it. Even centre backs, we've got Thaddeus Shield, who's a left-footed centre back. And I think we could use Colwill, but there's a difference between we could use him and we need Caicedo. That's the difference. But that's what Brighton do. They want to sell out. They want to sell players for 100 mil, but they only want to buy them for 20. So it's just that sort of way around it. But I think if Chelsea can stay strong through it and just go, look, we want Caicedo, we ain't giving you Colwill sort of thing, then hopefully we can get that deal done. But if it comes to it, I think we would be better with Caicedo than Colwill.
Yeah, I agree.
Cole, like, I haven't really seen much of him. Obviously, he featured in the England team that won they won the Euros. Was it the Euros? Yeah. So, and Poch talks highly about him. He's like, this guy. But at the same time, if it's a Caicedo, I can't say the name right, between him and Colwell, like, take it. Little exchange, little bit of money. Caicedo is a baller, man. Like, very good baller.
What are you thinking, Brush?
I think Colwell is a very good player, but ultimately it's down to him as well and his willingness to sign a contract extension. If there's a bit of resistance there, then it probably is best to use him in part exchange. If not, then tie him down, especially with the injury to Fofana. Fofana's only 22, and he's had like 6 major injuries now. So that's a bit of a concern. And this kid, he looks like he could be a future England star. So I think, you could be shooting yourself in the foot there in the long run. But I do agree that Caicedo would be a very useful addition to Chelsea at this moment in time.
I think, sorry, just quickly, I think that's why we're linked with Guehi. I think bringing him back from Palace and signing.
Who you linked with, bro? Sorry, I missed that. Sorry.
Mark Guehi, the Crystal Palace centre back. I think that's why
he came up with you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, he was our academy player.
He started that way. Yeah.
Okay, that's not good, Chelsea.
I'm sorry, but Chelsea, they breed ballers, so it's hard for them to even get a slot. Do you know what I mean? This
is what Chelsea do, though. They get them in and they find stars.
And they farm them out to aid their development elsewhere. It's a very smart plan.
Look at Victor Moses. I think he played for more clubs that he was loaned to than any club that he was fixed to.
Don't disrespect my guy Moses. That man is a goal.
I'm not disrespecting him, but they farmed him out. How many seasons?
Listen, I don't know what Antonio Conte did to him, but that season as a right wing back, he was cooking.
Yeah, wasn't it my man that what's his name? The old Tottenham manager palmed him out to the right. What's his name?
Conte.
Yeah, Conte. They fucked him off, innit? Bro, when he was running he found a new position for this guy. He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna be wingback."
He does what he does, and that's the beauty of having a manager who's a genius, like Ten Hag. There's no point in discussing who we think the best manager is. And listen, look, there's no point in discussing who we think the best manager is. That will come as the season goes on. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But look, we're gonna shut down this. We've been on here for an hour. Fanatic, thank you for finally turning up. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Anthony, thank you again. For actually turning up this week.
I was
appreciate
it.
I'm just, bro.
I know you were, mate. I took my missus out for a romantic meal last week. I took her at the local chippy to get some chips. So that was good enough for me. So
she was happy.
Yeah. I put a candle on the table in the middle as well. But yeah, I mean, you're going on about that. I just want to say one thing about Chelsea. I think, obviously with Poch being there, I feel that he can pick his own players. He's got 90% of the say of that team now. I believe it is in his contract, and I feel that he will do really well at Chelsea. I just want to say that. But just to be honest with you, Billy, just remember one thing, Billy. London is always red. Red.
There's no question.
I find it difficult to say that when the blue side of London has 2 Champions Leagues.
Thank you. As much
I missed that. Sorry.
He's saying that.
Give me that one more time.
The blue side of London have 2 Champions Leagues, so it can't be red.
And 2 Europa Leagues.
Look, Anthony's stunned.
13 Premier League titles.
Ready. We're going to have this conversation in 4 years, and we're going to be like, Villa.
I don't think we will be
I
fanatic.
think
I'm
we
sorry.
will.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
you
will.
can say what you want, but I
No,
reckon.
that's all right. Look, with that comment and that
Oh shit, we're
big,
going.
that big puff of smoke that suddenly appeared with nonsense in it. We're gonna leave it like that. Billy, where can we find you, man?
Don't even worry about shouting me out. I don't want to shout myself out on this. I just want people to enjoy it on here. Don't worry about me. I'm here for vibes talking about Chelsea. But shout out to the channel for having me on.
Oh, no problem, man. Brush, where can we find you, man?
And people can find me here, otherwise on Twitter at Brushy87.
Listen, if you know about Brush, man. You know you can have some deep and meaningful
You know what? I'm
conversations
gonna look
with
on.
him,
I
man.
want to look on. I'm gonna look on for sure.
Anthony, I've said my goodbyes to you already. I think I've said goodbye to everybody. Yes, I have.
Yeah,
So all I need,
yeah.
all it takes is for me to say goodbye to you guys for watching. If you are still here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button.
Sure.
And we will be back. Don't forget, look, Solo's last show tomorrow.
Really?
He will be doing a special. So if you have got time, even if it's a 10 minutes, just show him some love on there, man. Make him get those 50.
What time?
From 8:30. 8:30 he's gonna be on. Look, just hit that like button for him, hit that share button, and you look, just join in. Let's get those chat algorithms up a bit, man. But look, this is me, Mr. B. I'm gonna thank Brush. I'm gonna thank Fanatic. I'm gonna thank Billy, and always, man, I'm gonna thank you, Mr. Herbert. This has been the takeaway. Be safe, and we are out.
Yes. Bless.